Oklahoma, huddle up. It's time to go inside the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. The High School Huddle will take you where you want to go with coaches, players, your phone calls, texts, and tweets. Join the huddle and let's talk high school sports.
And good evening and welcome to the High School Huddle here on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI, along with Jordan Leach back in our Stillwater studio. Parker Burnett, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you on this Wednesday night of Week 7 of the high school football season. It is fall break here in the state of Oklahoma, so all the games, I do believe all the games will be tomorrow night, Thursday night.
I hate Thursday games.
Well, I don't like Thursday games either, and a lot of this year,
everything off.
A lot of the Thursday games have been cut this year because you have all three Edmond schools now have their own field. All the Putnam City schools have their own field, so now you're just down to the Lawton schools, the Norman schools, and the Moore schools, I think, are the only ones who share a field and have to play those games on Thursday.
So they do the Thursday games purely to allow families to travel if they want? Is that the thought process?
Well, no, you got to share the field. Like Moore has to share one field for three
But
teams.
you said all the games are Thursday night this week.
Yes.
So I'm saying during fall break. Yeah.
Oh, you went to a different topic.
Oh, okay.
So
Here we go.
Okay, you know what? I'm a little edgy to begin with. All right, nothing's right this week. My Monday was on Tuesday. Today was Tuesday all day. It's Wednesday.
You didn't take Columbus Day off?
He was a good man, Columbus.
I don't know if
And I'm just trying. What's that word Parker uses?
I don't use it. You use it. You use trigger.
Oh, you
Triggered.
That is you.
I'm just trying to trigger a few people. But I get here. The props aren't here that we're all used to.
Yeah, the
Tree's gone.
You know,
I don't really like the tree. I'm not really missing the tree, but it's
You're the
still
prime
not
suspect.
Here.
Just saying.
That's probably wise. But anyway, do they do that because allowing families to, if they want to get away for a couple days, they can?
Yeah,
Is that the
absolutely.
whole idea?
Yeah, I assume that's why they
I would
do
assume
that.
so, probably.
Why didn't they do that when I was in school?
People take fall break vacations. I guess they do. I never think of that. Like spring break, like when spring break gets here, it's like, okay.
Spring break didn't exist.
Kids are home this week, and then they're like, these people are in Hawaii, and these people are on a cruise. Like, oh,
That's the other thing. Where do all these people work? I mean, they go to some of the most unbelievable vacation destinations, and I'll like go to their Facebook to see where they work. Retail clerk at Lowe's, and I'm going, what? They're in Hawaii.
I did my first cruise ever this summer in July, and it's not as bad as you would think.
No, cruises are pretty reasonable. Like your neighbor who's a cruise expert we were talking to before we went to the Guyman game.
Yep.
You remember?
No.
Your neighbor came out to say, hey, we're going to be gone, and I don't know why he's trusting you of every option he had, but you got a police officer right across the street, but he came to you. He must know.
Yes.
It clicked.
Let's cross the way, yes.
Whew. But he said they'd been on countless cruises, had done it for years. And you could tell he was a pro at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he said there's, if you plan it right, there's not much cost at all. I've never been on a cruise.
Parker, you been on a cruise?
No. Didn't you break the boat when you went?
Oh, I didn't break the boat.
No.
See,
I did not break the boat.
That's why I won't go.
So this is my friend Chris.
Save some money.
I'm concerned about him.
Oh dear gosh, yeah, that was.
So
my first day of cruise was an adventure because of you.
So I make a
trying to be funny guy.
Well, I just asked for unspoken prayers for my friend Chris because I knew you were traveling
on social media. You didn't say for traveling. You said,
I just because it was traveling. I was concerned because you were going on your first cruise.
You just put unspoken prayers for Chris Evans.
Yeah, just trying to be a good friend.
Parker. I was getting phone calls.
It just happened to have.
My family was calling me.
It's your fault. You told me the night before what time your boat was supposed to leave. So, Parker, I waited until about 10 minutes before he's supposed to be boarding. And I just sat there and I looked at it and I go, yeah, go.
I was getting phone calls. My wife was getting phone calls. I know one was from Arkansas. And about the third phone call, my wife goes, no, Phil's an idiot.
I mean, she's right, but it was so funny. I mean, I thought about all that, and in hindsight, I would have called Karen and your mom, and said, hey, I'm going to do
Clued
this.
him in on the joke.
But yeah, I felt bad about that. But when you told me my mother called me.
Yeah, my family text
message
a little bad, erupted.
Actually, I felt really bad, but it was just too good of a prank not to do. I had to do it.
Oh, dear goodness. Seems like it was yesterday. When
that was awesome.
Well, again, week 7 of the high school football season. There was some interesting matchups last week that we're going to talk about. We got some games this week. I don't think the games are quite as good as they were last week. Last week was a kind of a fun week, although Phil's latest rankings.
I finished second.
Well, because Parker had indigestion and couldn't make it to the game or to the show.
Parker chose the gentleman's game after his responsibilities with us last Wednesday, and so he went 0 for 10.
Well, was it?
He 0 for 10.
I was a no contest.
No contest.
No. It's 0 for 10. 0 for 10.
So
you're 0 for 10.
Last time,
I've never been shut out, Parker. You were shut out.
That's fair.
The
nice hat.
I forgot what I was saying now.
Cinnamon? I mean, what flavor do you think?
I already ate the other one.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. The last time Parker was on these airwaves of 93.7 FM KSBI.
Come back and take your medicine like a man.
We were in Guyman, Oklahoma.
Oh, boy.
And the Piedmont Wildcats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were listening, Parker.
Yes, they were.
Apparently so.
All those extra followers are going to be really handy on Twitter now. You're welcome. Parker said, what was it? Piedmont was winning 6-0, Carl Albert?
Piedmont was winning 6-0, and Parker says, I think this is a quote, if Carl Albert loses this game, I will eat my hat.
I'm actually surprised you don't have it queued up, to be honest, to play.
Yeah, we may be saving that for the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought at the time, well, Parker's hat's safe. I mean, it's early.
We all did. Don't act like what I said was some outlandish thing.
Parker, you don't know this because you were playing golf instead of taking care of your responsibilities last week, but I admitted I was dead wrong and gave Piedmont all the credit, and some of us ran and hide.
Do remember I said Piedmont might have a chance with this, just the way they hold on to the football.
You didn't say a chance. No.
You said
it'll be
if Piedmont can hold on to the football, get out to an early lead, anything can happen in that game.
Okay, well that's different than a chance. I mean, you didn't say that.
I'll admit, I was wrong. I was dead wrong about it.
Well, there you go.
Hats off.
That's how you do it.
Pun intended there.
Hats off, pun intended. Yeah.
By the way, this show is sponsored by eSchool Charter.
Oh, boy.
eSchool Virtual Charter. Is that Academy?
Yeah, there you go.
Academy. eSchoolOK.com. Log on Facebook and find them there as well. K through 12. And online schooling there. Well, some interesting news off the field.
Oh, boy.
Was that a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, or was it last week?
The whole team fell apart when
this whole Thursday thing.
Well, Parker wasn't here on Wednesday of last week. And then, wasn't here Friday last week.
And usually I do all my pregame stuff for the broadcast, for Friday night broadcast, usually on Thursdays. And I said I was going to do that today. Didn't do that today. So now I got to do all that homework and all that stuff.
I drove 9 hours one way last Wednesday to get back here to do the show.
Well,
from Odessa, Texas. But
it was a.
Yeah, I mean, we've all got our priorities. It's
this
okay.
even happened.
No, that's fine. It's just good to know where we all stand.
Well, let's get this in. We got about 6 minutes left in this segment, so let's get to here. You guys see the Mod football coach, Keenan White. Have you heard this story? Mod mascot, Mod Tiger or Mod? I don't.
Bulldogs?
I have to effort that. I don't know Mod.
What?
Efforting. Hold on.
Whoa. Well, you don't know a mascot?
I don't think
It's the Mod Marauders.
It's the Tigers, I think.
It's the Marauders. It should be the Marauders. If it's not the Marauders, it should be the Marauders.
Is it not the Mod?
It's the Tiger.
Boom!
Got it right.
Well, it doesn't count
You're
because
almost,
you said
no,
you
I
didn't
said
know.
Tigers. So I think it's the Tigers. Anyway, they were taking on Wilson in football, and the coach in the second quarter with Mod trailing Wilson 14-0. The Mod coach felt like a horse collar flag should have been thrown on the Wilson player, and it was not. And the coach got upset and took his team off the field, told them to go to midfield, shake hands because we're done. We're starting to learn a little bit more about this, and we're going to give credit here to Cameron Jordan, News OK. He's been kind of looking into this a little bit more here. But there's been some text messages sent to OSSAA that he has been putting in there, but I think it's in today's Oklahoma.
Where's Maud located?
Maud is outside of like Shawnee-ish.
Oh, they can hear us.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that'd be good.
I mean, it's not near. It's kind of in the Shawnee.
We haven't offended anybody over in that part of the country.
No. I mean, Parker's got Piedmont.
The show is still. We still got a while.
Yeah.
I gotta say something else.
Yeah, our Piedmont crowd was huge last week.
Ooh. I got the #1 fan now on Twitter, thanks to you, Parker.
But
that was funny.
It was funny.
So anyway, there's a rule. You just can't quit a game, and he has been suspended.
Isn't that a rule in life?
Yeah,
okay.
And he will have to sit out 3 games for the rest for those 3 games now. And it happened. I think it was 2 weeks ago. It might have been my days are so messed up. It might have been last week. No,
so that puts him
it
back,
was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
That puts him back, what, week 9?
Yeah, and so.
What do you think about that, though? I mean,
I don't think it was real smart.
I mean, I'm going to tell you something. I know one of our viewers and listeners tonight is a dear friend of mine who's about 5-6 years older than me. Grew up in the same little hometown I did. Who was a stud athlete, starting quarterback, starting point guard on the basketball team, and. What we'd say back home, all man, right? I mean, a tough guy. And I just think back to the guys that coached us. And Timmy, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, or see if you want to respond. But under no circumstance would anybody that ever coached me, no matter what happened, think a good solution is to quit. Under no circumstance. I don't get that. I mean, the only time I could see a game being stopped is if a player was, horribly injured, or God forbid, like what's happened a couple times here in the state this year, unfortunately, where young people passed. Totally get that.
Well, that's why he was arguing, wasn't it? That he felt his kids were unsafe.
He was arguing because he didn't like the way the officials were calling the game. He can say whatever he wants to say now, but that's why he was arguing. And I mean, I get it, but you just don't. I mean, life's tough sometimes. You don't just quit.
And he did not call a timeout. I mean, if you're really upset about that, call a timeout like we see all the time in all sports, and talk to the officials and try to get your opinion or what you're trying to stress through that by calling a timeout, or calling 2, or calling 3 timeouts. You can call all 3 timeouts in a row if you want to. You don't have to spread them out. But he didn't even do that. And the 2 coaches got to midfield and
or halftime. Do something.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a million ways you can handle it. If you had a true concern about that, you can handle that. I just looked down. I got a couple other guys that are what we're going to have a class reunion here. But the same thing. I mean, you guys all played sports. Would there ever have been a time? Do you think one of your coaches would have thought a good solution would be we're just going to quit?
No.
Never.
We would have tried to win in spite of that.
Yes. And then that's something 30 years later you sit around and you tell lies to each other about how it really happened at class reunions. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, seriously, though. I mean, you don't quit.
Wilson coach Kenny Ridley met Coach White for Mott at midfield and said, "Don't do this," which White replied, and this is an exact quote and a text message obtained through the OSSA, says, "We can't fight you and the referees both."
See, that's what it's all about. It's about the officiating. He can then try to turn it into some safety thing about a horse collar. Got news for you. Kids get horse collared every freaking week playing football. Every week they get horse collared. Sometimes, and I don't. 30 years ago, horse collar was legal. 10 years ago, horse collar was legal. 5 years ago, I mean, it's just crazy.
Roy Williams.
It's just crazy. Timmy just replied. He said, "I agree. We grew up with tough coaching, Coach Callie, Coach Bowen. We never quit," and he's right. I mean, it wouldn't be allowed. It would not be allowed. You just can't instill that in, because this is my own opinion. But I think if you're teaching young men that when it gets tough and when things aren't going your way, we're just going to walk away, we're just going to quit.
Well, that's
a big problem.
If I was a senior on that team, I'd probably have a big problem. You're taking
I wouldn't have walked off the field.
A game away from me.
My senior year, I'd have sat there looking at you can quit. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna stay and play.
I mean, that's just crazy.
It's just something they're not calling a timeout to express your trying to get through there. And I don't know the relationship, and I think we're still trying to figure out, because the Mod head football coach is Keenan White, and the Mod superintendent is Cindy White, and so don't know if that's a son.
I hope that's a husband and a wife, because that has a whole element to it at the house. Well, honey, gonna have to suspend you for 3 days.
So I don't know if that's son, mother. I don't know what that relationship is, but that's another, and whether this is right or wrong, but that last name White is also infamous for another situation there, Parker.
Yeah, that's the coach that instructed his player to throw a basketball at a person's face, correct?
Wait, the quitter is?
Cash.
Wait, the quitting coach is?
He's related. That's his dad was a coach at Cash.
We may be onto a little trend here.
Yeah. So
things don't go our way, we throw a fit.
Mod Superintendent Cindy White said, Mod Public Schools will never fault an educator who supports and looks after kids. However, there are rules and procedures in place that must be followed, and that is the rules of the OSSAA.
I could turn into my dad right now so easily, become a grumpy old man. It's just, maybe I already am, but maybe I'm already there. But I just don't get it. Again, I don't understand how.
At least make it to halftime.
I guess if you had 3 or 4 guys on the other team intentionally spearing people, hitting people late, and they're not calling it, coach has a right to try to do something. But I don't think even with that, the solution is, well, we're just going to take our ball and go home.
I mean,
that's what he did. It's the equivalent of being 7. You brought the ball to the playground. You don't like how things are going, so I'm going to take my ball and I'm going to go home.
I'm friends with a couple of officials, and they don't care who.
We needed to vet this guy.
they don't care who wins. What they tell me, they don't care who wins. I mean, they're not out there to get your team. For a ref to be doing something to, I don't know, influence a game that way. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, there's missed calls all the time.
Yeah, I agree. There's nobody out there that says, well, I'm going to intentionally try to influence this game. I'm not saying it's never happened, but I've never seen it with my own eyes. And there are going to be blown calls. I mean, heck, Chris has gotten 3 things wrong since we started the broadcast tonight. But you're doing good, Parker.
Okay, we're done. Jordan, back to the music. I'm quitting. We're out of here. Stop it, Jordan.
This isn't fair.
OSA representative said that a 3-game sit-out for coach and completion of the training, OSSA training for teaching, modeling, behavior, and social media. He's got to go through that fun thing. I think he has to pay for it as well. So he has to go through training as will remove the mod team from probationary status and will allow participation in district games and the playoffs. So so the other thing, more quick before
is Mod any good? Or are they 0-6 and he's taking this stand?
I'll effort that.
I bet he's not leading the district right now and did that.
They got beat last week by Wetumpka. They are
500,
3-3, including the 2-0 forfeit.
Yeah.
So
they were 3-2 coming in.
Yeah, and that is Class B football, 8-man football. Here's the other thing: is like, what do the people in Mod think? Like the dads and the parents and all the people in the stands. I mean, what like?
I bet it's split. I bet you got a bunch.
Really,
of
you think it's that?
Yeah, I bet you got a bunch of old crusty guys like me. They're saying, "By God, don't ever quit." And then you got another group that's probably not quite as not spirited as that other group about competing to the end. You know, I mean, I'm sure it's.
Do they like participation trophies?
Oh, well, okay. Been raised with those, Parker. So
I would think more
generation.
I wouldn't think it'd be 50-50. I think it'd be like
70-30,
90%. Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hopefully, they didn't have any family members travel from far away to watch that game or anything.
Well, it's just
stay for a quarter.
It's just the. Oh gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's like so many things right now. You know it's bad when I realize I'm getting ready to say something bad, right?
I like it.
Your filter is, yeah.
But it's like so many other things we see now. I can promise you, and I'm not just talking about Guthrie. I'm talking about, because we cover a lot of teams in different areas.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, we're recording. Go ahead.
Okay, we talk a lot. We cover a lot of teams, right?
Sure, yeah.
So I'm not just saying it's about Guthrie, although it does apply sometimes. I do not understand how after a football game you can get your tails kicked and then everybody stand around the field and laugh and take pictures for 20 minutes after the game. I don't understand that. I do not understand that.
Yeah.
How do you do that? As a competitor, how do you stand around and laugh? I mean, we were covering a game once where players were behind the coach being interviewed, acting like fools, and there were 2 starters.
And
they lost.
And a loss.
I mean, it's beyond me.
You see it in NFL, too.
Well, that's probably where it's coming from. I mean, what do kids look up to? I mean, they look up to what they see on Saturdays and Sundays when it comes to that sport, unfortunately. And this is all part of a bigger problem we have, to where competing doesn't mean what it used to mean. And I do think, we all joke about it, but I do think it has a lot to do with everybody's got to have the same trophy, and everybody's got to have the same stuff, and everybody's got to get the same award, and everybody's got to be recognized. And, hate to break it to you, in life, people lose.
Yep.
I lose more than I win. That's how most people's lives go.
Game
predictions will prove that to me. Am I back close to 500?
No, you're still 46%.
46. Well, that's not bad. I mean, that's better than my GPA in high school. I really do think it's a part of a bigger problem that we're having, because there's just too much weirdness out there in sports. Stuff that just social media probably has something to do with it, because kids from different towns, I mean, heck, they're buddies and talking, and now with AAU, they're on AAU basketball teams together. And I'm not saying it's bad to like kids from other towns. I'm just saying when you're competing, compete.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be okay 2 seconds after the game with getting your tail kicked. You just shouldn't.
We need to take a break, but not that it matters with Mod. I mean, they're a Class B school, but imagine like Broken Arrow or Union or saying, "Oh, you missed a call. We're done. We're done playing.
We're quitting now."
I mean,
could you? And I'm going to use him as an example because he's one we know. Under any circumstance, could you ever see Kelly Beebe walking out at halftime and saying, "We're quitting"?
I couldn't really imagine any coach until this happened. I mean, it never entered my mind.
It's one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard in sports. I mean, it just really is.
All right, we need to take a break.
You're going to find your tree.
We're way overdue. I got to find my tree. Yeah. Our show.
It's all disheveled. It's turned into an opinion hour.
Gosh almighty.
I mean, I like it. It's my opinion.
8 minutes behind schedule. All right. Take a time out. This is the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin, that's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
Mm-hmm. We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Segment 2 here on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. If you don't watch The Monkey Show, go ahead and turn over to Facebook, Guthrie News page, Facebook Live. The title sponsor is eSchool Virtual Charter Academy.
Oh, you got it right.
Absolutely.
That's a good job.
eSchoolOK.com, K-12 online instruction. Of course, teachers are right there at any moment that you need them. Probably can't call them at 8 o'clock at night, although your wife
Go to my house.
Yeah. Your wife gets
I can promise you.
So we invite you to check them out there. And, well, we're getting close to game predictions for Week 7 of the high school football season. Again, games are Thursday night this week, as many of you probably already know that. And game predictions right now, Parker and I right at 80%.
No, that's not right.
No?
Parker had 10 losses last week.
I did not have 10. You can't lose if you don't predict.
Oh, that's like quitting at halftime because you don't like how the game's going.
That's fair.
Jeez. My blood pressure just comes down and I get another trigger event from Parker over there.
48-12 on the year after going 7-3 last week. We'll talk about some of my losses here real quick. Parker's 80% on the year. He's 40-10. And Phil, after going 4-6 last week,
banner week,
is now 28-32 overall, 46%.
Three of my favorite numbers, all even numbers, three of my favorite numbers. This is all part of my plan.
Oh, they are all even.
Well, yeah.
You don't like odd numbers?
It's all part of my plan. I could have gotten all these right. Yeah. This is all part of my plan.
Was there private schools last week? Did he have to go against?
Is this the second half of the season?
Week 7.
No, we're past
it.
Okay, well, I've spotted you guys enough. It's time to get serious.
If you count the playoffs.
Time to get. Oh, real quick, I want to share a text I got from our good friend T-Fred this morning.
Did he take the tree?
No, I don't know where the
T-Fred likes the tree.
T-Fred does like the tree. I'm surprised he's not yelling at me right now. But T-Fred sent me a message or a text this morning.
You guys,
he said only one private versus public school game this week. You could go 9-1.
You and T-Fred are text message buddies now?
Yeah. I love T-Fred. He's a great kid. T-Fred, of course, a good friend of Chris. I met T-Fred because of Chris, and he, I believe, works at McGinnis, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He works at McGinnis.
Helps with the basketball program.
Helps with the basketball program. Great kid. He's not a kid. Everybody's a kid to me now, but he's a young man. But he's also the guy in Guyman, Parker, that sends me a text, says, don't forget to fill up 2.5 hours to a gas station before you leave there. So T-Fred's always got our best interest in mind. But,
absolutely. Our Coil Blue Jackets dropped the game to Southwest Covenant last week, although it was somewhat fairly close. 38-14. Southwest Covenant, number 1 team.
How'd the tailback do?
Class B.
Had about 150 yards still.
Okay.
150. Well, it's not like he went 405 and 415 the weeks before.
Yeah, I mean,
He only went 150.
I know, something's wrong with him.
He's disappointed.
Wow.
I think he had 2 touchdowns.
How many carries?
I think he had about 20.
Okay.
I got to go back and look for sure, but I think I'm
close enough for me.
I talked to Shay, and he should have carried the ball every time. Hey, real quick.
Yes,
I saw a video of our friend Shane Weathers on Twitter or Facebook this past weekend. And for those who don't know Shane's head football coach, has coached, I think, every sport at Coil over the years, has served as an administrator, he's a classroom teacher.
Does it all.
But the thing he does best is he develops young men. He's a great father, great husband, great teacher, great coach. the school who lost, whose player tragically passed away on the field a few weeks ago. After the game, he presented the father of that young man with a plaque and had all the teams gathered up, and it was a real touching moment that somebody was kind enough to share with all of us. But he is what we need more of in high school sports, men like that.
Have you met any of his kids?
All three of them.
They're unbelievable.
And all three of them are outstanding young men. But I just wanted to give Shane a shout out because he does all these things. He doesn't expect anybody to say anything to him, and that's what makes it even more cool.
Yeah.
But he's an awesome guy, and I just wanted to let Shane know that we're proud of him. That was a first-class thing.
Absolutely. There's movie people in Coyle right now as we speak looking at locations to film part of a movie in here in a couple real soon.
Is that our little friend? Is that the movie she's in?
I actually had lunch today with the Hollywood people today.
Lunch?
Yeah.
You had lunch with me today.
Okay, I had dessert afterwards.
You're Hollywood.
With dessert afterward, but they were high on the people in Coyle. Just to back that up.
No, there's no doubt. Great people over there and do a good job. And Shane's, as far as I'm concerned, the top of the crust. Just an outstanding guy.
Okay, we're going back to these numbers here.
Oh,
Phil.
we are?
Yeah.
I mean, I think of something else did that was nice. Just a second.
But the El Reno guys get the victory over Ardmore to kind of bounce back from Noble. And speaking of Noble, they beat Altus for the first time in school history.
Got that one wrong, too.
So Noble Bears in 5A1, make sure I'm saying this right, are 3-0 in the district. And the Noble Bears, who have had some moments in recent times, but their only loss this year to the Piedmont Wildcats. Roar.
Well, that's becoming a common theme. A loss to Piedmont.
Yeah, and Noble will be 6-1 after a victory this week over Western Heights, and then MacArthur and Ardmore before finishing out the season with Southeast. So it looks like Noble has an inside track right now for that top spot in 5A1. El Reno's right behind them, along with Duncan, MacArthur, and Ardmore, as expected. That will be a fun district to watch because 5A2 looks like we know is going to be McGinnis, Carl Albert, Piedmont, Woodward. 1, 2, 3 is going to come down to McGinnis, Piedmont, and CA.
Right.
But
that's high school sports, though. You get years of, you'll have good years, good 2, 3, 4 year good runs. Us here in Guthrie that live in Guthrie, we had a 15-year good run. Carl Albert's had a 100-year good run, whatever it is, forever. But most small town rural schools, you're going to have ebb and flows because you go as your kids go.
El Reno went through it. Noble went through it. Duncan went through it. Chickasha went through it. MacArthur's going through it right now.
Union's going through it. Jinx is going through it. I mean, it's just it happens.
Piedmont. This is their high of high.
And I got to tell you something. Just to give a shout out to our Piedmont people again.
Oh, they're all watching.
Well, I'm going for a T-shirt, Chris.
Okay.
But they can't have Nike on it though, Piedmont. Don't do that to me. Under Armour. But it said, I talked to a coach who I will not name because I don't think it's appropriate that I do that.
You don't want to give your sources away.
Well, he's head football coach, and he knows these teams, and he says, we were talking about the Piedmont Carl Albert game. And I said, what really happened in that game? He said, Piedmont lined up and beat their butts. He said it wasn't no fluke. He said they lined up and physically were blowing them off the ball. Were fast to the ball. They beat their butts. And so, this guy tells me that he thinks he would not be surprised to see Piedmont in the state championship game this year.
Wow.
That's a bold statement, but based on what we're seeing on the field, it's not far fetched, guys.
Kind of reminds me when McGinnis, beat Ardmore or beat Carl Albert early in the year, and then they met back up in the title game.
Yeah.
And Carl Albert beat him. I'm not saying that's going to happen.
No, it's real tough to beat But Albert twice.
That'd be impressive. That'd be really impressive.
Well,
I'm not going to bet a hat on it either.
Then you would not hungry anymore. No. But then if they do that puts everything to bed, right?
Yep, absolutely.
That puts everything to bed. But of course, they've still got a big contest with McGinnis, coming up. But
next week.
I thought that was interesting that a person that does this for a living said, "Hey, they beat them."
Yep, and then with Piedmont. They're a very senior-heavy team. We'll see how they respond next year. But right now, they got a target now on them.
Yeah.
They're not sneaking up on anybody anymore. With McGinnis.
Yeah, I don't think
week.
McGinnis is going to be taking them very lightly next week.
No,
and that should be the number one, unless there's something out there that I'm not aware of. McGinnis and Piedmont next week, because it's Dominic Richardson, Nick, the Piedmont transfer that went to McGinnis.
Who knows all those kids? They all grew up together.
Yeah, so that'll be.
You don't think those Piedmont kids want to beat them, do you?
Yeah.
Just think about this.
And we'll be able to.
Think about this. How good would that running attack be if Nick was still there? I mean, seriously.
Well,
I mean, what would he have? 3,000 yards rushing?
Piedmont would be winning a lot of games. So would this coach come at this time, or would the former coach have all the victories?
Right. I guess what I'm saying, if he was there when this showed up.
I think that's what makes Piedmont good, though, because they have you don't know who they're going to give the ball to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I was coach, I'd be the idiot that would tell her, but I'm giving it to 24.
We're running the I formation.
Good luck tackling him.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take another time out here. When we come back, we dive into this week's games and some other ones as well. This is the High School Huddle presented by eSchool Virtual Charter Academy.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin, that's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Welcome back, High School Huddle, Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. Also streaming this live on Facebook at Guthrie News Page. Parker Burnett, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you here on location in Guthrie. Jordan Leach back in our Stillwater studio, keeping us going as we take you to the top of the hour. More of that great hip music at 7 o'clock.
Hey, I do have something I want to say real quick. And as I say, we all got friends that watch the show, but I got a message over the weekend from a guy that is a real hero of mine. And Tim, another gentleman, was a hero of mine growing up, just sent me a message. But a great friend of ours, Don Elliott. Now, let me tell you, this guy's nickname was Snake. Now, why do you think that was? Now, Don's laughing, right? Or Don's laughing too, but Tim's laughing. Why do you think we call him Snake?
He put a snake in someone's truck.
Well, I mean, that would be funny.
Yeah.
Senior year, walking up to start practice. I'm in junior high, so I get to witness this. And a little seventh grade or whatever, I'm walking up, go get my uniform, trying to figure out how to put my athletic sporter on, right? And so I'm walking in there, and Don, there's a snake, literally like a grass snake or something. He catches it, looks at everybody, and bites his head off.
Oh, Ozzy Osbourne, huh?
So Don, I just wanted to give you a little piece of who Don is. Don was a great athlete, great wrestler, great football player, great rodeo cowboy, very successful businessman in his life. Great father, great friend. Unfortunately, Don's got a real uphill battle health-wise right now, and I just wanted to just tell Don I love him, and we all do, and care about you, and just continue to pray for you. But if you're from Greenwood County, Kansas, I guarantee you, if you were raised anywhere around in 1980, Eureka, Kansas, you got Donnie Elliott stories. I promise you, there's a bunch of them.
I would think biting the head off a snake would definitely.
Well, no, that's actually not the biggest one, but that's about the only one I can share.
Yeah. Jordan, you can take your hand off the dump button now. It's all safe. It's all safe. Well, Parker, here we go. 10 games.
We got to do this again?
We do by the Oklahomans, so we don't select the game, so it's completely independent. That way.
Now, do you want me to get serious this week?
Well, that's what you said last week.
Yeah, but everybody knows I'm playing because I won't pick on the. I'll tell you what I'll do. There's only one private school, public school game this week, right?
I think so.
I'll actually include them, and I'll go serious, and then we can see how I do.
Hey, if you go 7-3, you're back to 500.
No, I mean, I'm going to run the table because I'm going to be serious this week.
Oh, Parker's run the table. I've run the table.
Parker's 0-10. I've never done that.
I've never done it either.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
Number 10 game of the week. It's not the Enid Plainsman, is it?
No, okay. It is number 6, Sapulpa at number 5, Tulsa, Washington.
Booker T. Washington and Sapulpa. Tough news last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Sapulpa's quarterback. We're getting feedback. I don't know what's
not me. You might want to check your own.
Don't know what that is.
Not me. What we got going on?
I'm not sure what that noise is. Hopefully it's not disturbing to everyone like it is to us.
Should I get the tree back in here? I mean, I could probably find it, rustle it up.
Is it
something up here?
Something up here. A piece of equipment. That's.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We're sidetracked now. Such a good show.
Oh, man. We had a good show.
Jordan Leach calling you. That ain't good. Jordan's calling you.
Oh, yeah.
It's back home.
Did we lose connection?
Must have.
We're still connected on the
standby.
But, yeah, what he was going to say was Sapulpa lost their quarterback last week to an ACL injury. They're going to be fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah, and, of course, last week I believe they lost to Muskogee. I think they had Muskogee last week, if I remember correctly, because I think we talked about this a little bit.
No, I can't hear you.
Oh, Chris is full production mode.
Do you want to go to break?
No.
Can you guys talk?
Yeah. I just didn't know we were still out there or not.
Yeah, I didn't. Sorry.
But I believe Muskogee beat Sapulpa, or as Chris calls them, Sapulpa last week. Did Muskogee beat Sapulpa last week?
Correct. Yes.
Did I get that one right?
You did get that one right because I led you in the right path after that quarterback went down.
All right.
Tough to man. That was tough. What about the production work right there?
Well, I mean, if you'd done it right the first time, we wouldn't have to do all that.
Hey, you saw I didn't touch anything.
Oh, what did you say?
All right.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
You guys haven't even picked a game yet?
Well, you're up here doing whatever that was.
We were talking about the ACL injury and him coming back. So
good radio, guys. Good job.
Glad to hear it.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with Booker T.
Who are they playing?
Sapulpa, Phil.
Booker T.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty easy one.
That one's a real easy one, actually. Turn these back up right there. Okay.
Number 9 is number 6, Berry Hill at unranked Cassia Hall.
Oh. Me first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Well, Berry Hill.
Yeah, Berry Hill.
Berry Hill, yeah.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of intrigue in that one.
Man, if we do this, you're not going to be
Just keep going. I'm going undefeated this week.
Phil's going to agree. Yeah.
If I don't go undefeated, I'll buy you both dinner.
Well, I know where Phil's going with this one. Number 9, Midwest City.
Yeah.
At number 5, Deer Creek. Number 8, Deer Creek, sorry.
Oh, see, that's a tough one for me.
Midwest City at Deer Creek.
That's a tough one for
me. Midwest City won last year.
Midwest City.
I remember right.
Midwest City.
You going with the
Midwest City. I think they'll have more athletes.
The Bombers. You're going with the 3-3 Bombers.
Yep, I am.
Okay. I'm going Midwest. I'm going Midwest City. Yeah.
I think we're all. See, I'm going Midwest City as well. I think.
You see when I'm being serious.
This how it works. You were serious last week, Phil. You were 4-6.
I was not serious last week. Everybody knows I wasn't. It was good radio. That's my job here. I got to be the guy that gets made fun of. Of course, I help out. My appearance, my voice, and
okay, yeah, Midwest City.
Midwest City. Okay.
All right. Game number 7. Number 5, Broken Bow versus number 10, Tulsa Central.
That could be an intriguing game.
Broken Bow and Tulsa Central.
Broken Bow has a really good defense.
Yeah,
I think they've given up 59 points all year long.
I'm not sure this game is going to be even close.
Yeah,
I'm going Broken Bow.
I'm going to go Broken Bow as well.
I'm a bower.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
We're going
to it's not as much fun when I do this,
We'll disagree, I think, here in a second.
I know.
Game number 6, number 10, Duncan at number 5, El Reno. Both have lost to Noble.
Oh, you're going first, aren't you, Park?
Yeah, I'll go first here. Both lost to Noble. Funny, but it's weird, though, because El Reno lost to him 72-62. But then Duncan lost 38-27. So one scores a lot of points. The other one plays better defense. I don't know who to really go with here, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with El Reno.
I talked to the same coach I was talking to, explained to me that he was told by a guy that, well, I'm going to give it away. But anyway, the quarterback at El Reno, I was told today, is better than DeMarco Jones was back in 2002 in Guthrie.
Wow.
And that came from the then offensive coordinator, now head coach at El Reno. No disrespect to DeMarco, great player. But this guy's just bigger. He's much bigger than DeMarco was. I'm going to say hop on that big boy's shoulders and they'll win. I'm going El Reno.
Well, they're not hopping on it. They did that in week 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
He goes, they go. Yeah, El Reno easily in that one.
So we're all picking that? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not much fun, is it, Parker? I know.
You got number 8.
Phil, you said that, but the best week you've done is 7-3.
I was playing. I mean, everybody knows this but you. I mean, everybody.
I think this is a weird one.
Okay.
Number 8, Westmore, who's 5-1 on the year.
You got embarrassed by Broken Arrow last week.
Is at number 10, Yukon, who's 2-4 on the year.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to pick Westmore, but
you got to pick first last time.
Yeah, so Phil gets to go.
He's selfish.
No, I'm trying to persuade you to pick
golf,
one way.
Goes to college away games, doesn't show up for work.
I'm trying to play mind games.
I'm ready to see.
I'm going Westmore. I mean, I think they psychologically couldn't get over the BA thing last week, but I think they're a better football team than UConn. I think Westmore wins by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Westmore is 5-0, and I thought would have a fighting chance against BA, but it wasn't even close.
Yeah. We're all going Westmore.
What game number are we on?
5.
All right, let's stop it right there.
Oh.
Commercial time.
Goodness
and
gracious.
My board's not working right, so I have to turn the headsets down manually. Parker plays that. I switched it over here, so that's the game.
Last time you brought us in, you didn't recognize the title sponsor. That'll be reflected in the payment next week. Go ahead.
Go ahead?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. We're taking time out here on the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM KSB. Don't forget, title sponsor of our great show here is eSchool Virtual Charter Academy. Back after this on Hot 93.7 FM KSPI.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie, Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
I was joking about now nobody gets to know about the school. Enrollment's going to drop. We're going to have to shut down.
Our mixer board has gone weird on us.
Somebody needs to buy some new equipment.
And, well,
invest a little money in this company.
The weird thing about this board is it had an update last Friday, the day of the game, and it went okay.
You thought.
I thought, and I guess it's just not going to be working right now. So apologize for that. So, hey, more us for the next 10 minutes here.
Oh, boy.
Apologize out there.
Apologize to everybody for that.
We will try to get this board fixed by tomorrow. Hopefully. There's only a game tomorrow. So.
Which makes Friday suck because you got to wake up and go to work.
No. Oh, yeah.
You calling in Friday?
I'm going to see if I got any PTO left. I'm going to see if I can take a day on Friday.
All right.
Smart.
My boss is a complete jackwagon, so who knows?
Oh, man.
Hey, Matt Privet, your favorite brother-in-law and good friend of mine. Great listener to the show.
Yep, indeed.
Taught you how to properly shoot a weapon.
Yeah. I played a part in that. Absolutely.
Pretty big part from what I've heard.
Yeah.
You going to give his chainsaw back to him? We all know you got it.
The chainsaw?
Remember? He said, my chainsaw was in the back of my truck. Now it's missing. I think it's about time you give it back to him.
It's
been several months.
Someone stilled it. Stole it.
Stilled it. Somebody stilled it.
It's a still. It was a still.
Oh, play on words. How do you spell still for chainsaw?
I would guess for a chainsaw it would be STIHL.
Thought I had him, Parker. Well, wait a second. Parker, how do you spell still?
Well, I know now.
See, this is what happens when we go to commercial break. This is what we do. But since there's no commercials, we can't do it.
It really is true. This is what we do.
So this is when the commercials would be going off, and we'd come back and go, okay, welcome back. 93.7 FM, KSBI. It is the High School Huddle here on a Wednesday night as we get set for Week 7 of the high school football season. We have picked 5 games so far.
I'm 5-0 so far.
And 5-0. Let's go on.
You
Here we
better
go.
hope I'm 5-0 so far.
This one. Well, no, sorry. We actually did. We did. We're on game number 4 now, so
Okay, that's fine.
we're a little bit in far. So this one, I think we're all.
So everyone's stopped listening anyway. By
Yeah,
now.
we're at
no, they're still there. What are we doing?
number 9 more at number 6 Union.
Oh, Christopher, you get to go first.
I would like for you to go first since you're going to go 10-0.
I just did my pick.
Well, if you're trying to go 10-0, it doesn't matter what we pick because you got to pick the winner no matter what.
Yeah.
If you're going 10-0.
Yeah.
Okay. More at who?
At Union.
More at Union. Well, Union off to the slow start, but they got healthy in the win column last week with the.
Well, they put up 60-something points, right? Didn't they?
No,
they beat up
31.
31.
Pump
Okay.
City North.
Go ahead.
Pump City North, they're an improved ball club. Only got beat by 24, but.
Are you worried we don't have enough material to take us out since we can't go to commercials? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, Platinum North was undefeated until they played them.
Absolutely, Phil.
Don't look at me like you're.
No, I knew that. That's
Just
what I was
don't
like,
do that.
I was wondering. No, Platinum North was undefeated.
Yeah.
Let's see who'd they beat?
Southmore, Edmonor, Choctaw, PC West, PC.
Real powerhouses up there that they've defeated.
Hey, the schedule does pick up.
Yeah.
Union, Norman North, Moore, Mustang, Owasso.
Well, let's see if they finish.
Nah, they won't.
Oh, okay.
They
Just
won't.
checking.
Putnam North,
Jeez.
okay. Back to the task. Who we got?
More at Union.
More at Union. More Lions. Oops.
Oh boy, Chris is going to see. This is what you don't just go with your heart. You really study this.
Well, I'm trying to find if there's any way Moore can actually stay within 4 quarters of this game. I did watch Moore earlier this year against Westmore
they
and
put
a
up
loss.
a lot of points.
Well, it's Edmond North.
But they've put up a lot of points.
Oh, speaking.
No, I mean all year they put up a lot of points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Southmore's not very good.
Edmond North's not very good.
I mean, you were acting like UConn was going to be a giant killer earlier, and they
Who
put up
said
49.
that?
Your friend
Parker?
down there.
No, I said it was a weird game.
He was
Why
all
would they?
tormented, didn't know what to do.
I was trying to play mind games with you.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm going Union Redskins.
Ooh.
Is it me?
Yeah.
I'm going Union.
Well, I picked them to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I kind of got to stay there.
That doesn't mean they keep going.
I mean, it can still happen, boys.
Yeah.
They're going to make the playoffs.
Before we get to game number 3?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Phil's Edmond Memorial Bulldogs, who
Sweet Jesus.
Memorial.
I got a bad scouting report.
They're winless.
Moore drops to Norman last week, 41-0.
Oh.
Phil said Memorial has a chance to win 6 with the path to 7. Don't rule out 8 wins this year.
I had this stellar scouting report given to me by an inside source, who I have fired, I might add.
Well, they're getting ready to go 0-7 as they take on Jinx this week. But there's good news. They travel to Enid week 8 of the football season.
Then they get Broken Arrow.
Then they get Broken Arrow. And then the last 3 games of the year are 3 away games. So this week is senior night at Edmond Memorial.
It's tough.
They'll have pretty fireworks, I'm sure, and
It's
all the
tough.
fancy stuff on the Jumbotron. But,
It's tough.
And the brand new season there. So I just want to
Thanks, Chris.
that Edmond Memorial thing right there.
And you wonder why I post things like that on the internet when you're getting ready to get on a ship.
I don't know if there were 5-2. I didn't know. I had to look. I hadn't checked in the
Yeah, I know.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, you had no idea.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, Parker. Back to your list.
Game number 3 is number 6 Tahlequah at number 8 Pryor.
That's an interesting game.
That is a good game.
Tahlequah, we both picked Collinsville to beat Tahlequah last week, and Tahlequah
Beat
got
them in overtime, right?
Yeah. And so
that's an interesting game.
we talked about all the schools on the west side in Class 5A, and Bishop Kelly was on the east side until all the injuries started piling up over there. And so, but the east, it's Edison and Tahlequah who are the teams over on the east side that are making a lot of noise right now. So, but Pryor's 3-0 in district play. Tahlequah's 3-0 in district play. Tahlequah hasn't lost a game all year. Pryor is 5-1 on the year. Pryor's only loss came back in week 1 to an Arkansas team.
Yeah, so you don't really know.
So Pryor, well, they're known for girls softball. Their baseball teams are really good over there, but their football team is getting ready to go 5-2 on the season after Tahlequah goes in.
That's your pick?
Tahlequah goes.
You weren't supposed to go first, were you?
Oh, I did. Tahlequah goes into Pryor and gets the victory.
You see what he did there?
I have not gone first.
He big leagued me.
Have I gone first yet?
He absolutely big leagued me.
I don't know if you have.
We've been going in order the whole night.
I think that's the first time I've ever gone first in this.
Oh, my Lord.
Maybe the second, maybe.
I mean, you're like the House of Representatives. Change the rules as you go along.
We'll go back and see if the replay works.
You go.
No. Oh, now we're going this way.
Because he big leagued you.
Now we're going this way. Well, yeah, I'm going Tahlequah.
I thought that was going to be the one where we all kind of split. No,
we all just gone on the same one.
Real exciting, isn't it?
We're all going 4 and 6. I feel now.
We're going 10-0. Jeez, who are you kidding?
Game number 2, you got number 9 Perkins at number 8 Kingfisher.
Ooh, that's a good game.
God, I'm tormented on that one.
Why is that?
Because I like both the schools.
Well, you got to be professional. You just got to go with it, Phil.
Okay. Who you got on that one, Chris?
I went first last time.
No, you get to go first again. I mean, you're so upset you haven't went first all night.
I do want to give a shout-out to Perkins.
Oh, they pushed him, brother.
Yeah, they pushed Heritage Hall last week, 28-21.
Big time.
Perkins is 5-1 on the year. That was their first loss of the season. Of course, you can hear that game on our sister station, 105.5, with Bill Van Ness tomorrow night. So that's their only loss. You look at the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets, 4-2 on the year. They've won 3 games in a row, and they got Perkins and Heritage Hall back-to-back weeks. So they got the cutout for them right here. So, boy, this one. Where's this game at? This is in.
It's at Kingfisher.
It's going to be in Kingfisher. Oh, boy, this is...
Is it my turn to go first, or is it Parker's?
I went first last time, so it would be Parker's turn. Parker's turn to go first.
I mean, I'll go first.
I want to go with Kingfisher because they're right there. I'm going to go Perkins.
Perkins, the PT Deers.
Go ahead, Chris. We'll mix it up.
Oh, I will go with the home team, Kingfisher Yellow Jackets.
I'm going Kingfisher as well.
Congratulations, Parker. Why'd you do that?
Well, there's a lot of reasons.
You're not doing it to Perkins. You're doing it to me.
No, we're fine. We're fine. Right. Parker's going to have 11 losses in 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right. And the game of the week inside the state of Oklahoma is
6-0, number 4 Sulphur at 4-1, number 3 Plainview.
Sulphur Plainview.
That's an interesting game.
Sulphur 6-0 on the year, 3-0 in district play. Wins over Medill, Davis, Cash, Bethel, Purcell, and Lone Grove. Look at our good friends over in Plainview, down by the Ardmore area. The Indians. They are 5-1.
I know I'm going with.
Their only loss coming to the Tuttle Tigers.
Close game.
Oh, by the way, Tuttle lost last week. The one time I don't pick Bethany, they win. Bethany wins that one 21-0. That was a rematch of last year's state championship.
Did I get that game right?
No, we both picked Tuttle on that one. So we got Plainview hosting Sulphur. Is that right?
Yep.
Well, this would be a good one.
Who's going first this time?
Well, that would be you.
First last time.
That would be you, Phil.
I'm going to go with Plainview. And I'm putting a lot of weight in that close game they lost to Tuttle early in the year. And I mean, they've been putting up a ton of points and, pretty solid defense. So last 3 games had a shutout, and they've given up 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games total. So, and while putting up, 56, 63, and 42. So, yeah, I'm going to go Plainview.
All right, I'm going Plainview as well.
Okay. I'm going to go.
Do it to yourself.
Okay, so they split the last 4. Sulphur's won the last 2.
Oh, Sulphur's won the last 2.
Sulphur.
We had plenty of time to do homework. It hasn't worked in a week.
Sulphur's given up 84 points. Plainview's given up 83.
Ooh.
That's Plainview.
I'm gonna go Sulphur.
Sulphur.
8-2.
Have you smelled sulphur?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yeah. Yes, I have.
So I'm either
talking about the chemical.
You are gonna be 10-0, or I'm gonna be 8-2.
So did Phil and I agree on every single game?
Every single game. I'm the only one that went on the limb.
How do you like that?
I took the Phil route today.
Feels pretty good, doesn't it?
All right, we got to get out here. Our apologies.
That's what I point out. I still didn't pick a private school.
You didn't, did you?
Apologies to the radio for the technical difficulties. Yeah. Thank you to Jordan for trying the best that she can.
She's working with limited skills here.
Absolutely. So, but we are able to stay on for the most part. Yeah. So we appreciate you tuning in. Best of luck to your team this week. on a Thursday night. Enjoy fall break. For Jordan Leach back in our Stillwater studio, thank you. Best of luck next week on your guys' pick.
You don't really mean it. Well, you mean it this week.
Yeah, he means it to you.
Yeah, you do mean it. Yeah. So if I go 10-0, I'm well over 500.
Yeah. 3 games.
3 games.
3 games over.
Where are you guys taking me to dinner?
No, you said if you, you said if I don't, I'll buy you guys dinner.
I'll buy you guys dinner anyway.
Of course. All right, we're out here. For Parker Burnett, I'm Phil Nichols. I'm Chris Evans. We'll talk to you next week on the High School Huddle.
This has been the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. Be sure to tune in next week as we break down more of the top games and news from across the state of Oklahoma.